Hey Budget Fam, welcome back. Today we're doing a budget with me video, so I'm going to be breaking down my paycheck, tracking what I spent this week, and deciding what goes into the envelopes, cash envelopes, and sinking funds. If you like this type of budgeting, you're in the right place. So hit that like button so YouTube knows you enjoy budgeting content like this, and let's get into it. Alright everybody, so welcome back. Today is a budget with me video. So what we're going to be doing is just tracking my spending. We're going to be breaking down my paycheck and making sure that every dollar has a job. So let's go ahead and open up my book here. And this is my budget paycheck book from Christina Loves Planning. If you like the book, then I will leave a link down below so that you can check it out. But what we're going to do is I have some receipts here, and we're going to write this down on my expense tracker just to keep a tally of what I'm spending week to week. So the first one is for the local grocery shop, the local supermarket here, and that is I don't see the date. Okay, that is Stop and Shop, so it's 11/8, and we're just gonna write the name down here, and that was groceries. So we're gonna write I spent $35.56, and then the next one is also for groceries, so we're gonna write 11/10. That was just the other day, and it's Food Town and grocery. Oh, my handwriting is a little bit sloppy today, guys. I feel like I'm in a rush. I'm not really in a rush, but I feel like I am writing this stuff down. So $36.32 was spent for groceries, and that is my budget for the week is $70. So then we have another receipt here for Dunkin', which is my lovely coffee, and I spent $4.19. So that is it for the receipts, and I'm going to take these and put these into Fetch Rewards. If you don't know what Fetch Rewards are, it's a reward app where you scan your receipt and you can turn points into gift cards. So that's just another extra savings for us. Then the next thing we're going to do is come over to my checking and see what I spent. Well, not really what I spent, but what was taken out of my what I paid for the last week. And I believe we had 2 bills that were due. So we had Prime and we had Spotify for $6.99 each. So let's write that down. We can put 11/10 Spotify, and that's a bill, $6.99. Then 11/12 Prime, it's another bill, and that also is $6.99. That's very weird. But how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay today. Today is a little bit hectic because I had a lot going on. I was doing a lot of running around and things. So yeah, I just feel rushed. I hope it's not coming across on camera that I feel rushed, but I just feel rushed for some reason. And let's see. So we're going back to my paycheck tracker over here. And I have already written down all of the income that I have coming in this week. So I have my paycheck, which is $300. That is what is left of my paycheck after all of the automatic drafts come out. Then I have Etsy, which is $98. And I have a little side hustle going on, and that is $82. So altogether, that's $480 coming in this week. So let's check out my fixed expenses, which are the bills, and see which one is coming out for this week. Okay, so this paycheck is the 13th. So nothing until the 17th, and that is the storage for $304 and Blizzard for $16.32. Okay, so let's write that over here on the paycheck tracker. And I lost track of where we were. But we'll get there in a minute. Okay, here we are. So we have storage for $304, and then we have Blizzard for $16.32, but we can say $17. So altogether that is $321. And then we have my variable expenses, which are the things that go inside my wallet. So every week I have 6 categories and I write them down here. So let's see: gas, coffee, dining out, nails, household, which is like toiletries and anything that I might need for the house that I don't buy with my groceries, and fun. And fun is just like a buffer. So previously I had been putting in $100 for my variable expenses, but I broke that down since we have been just kind of struggling a little bit. I broke that down to 65, so I'm going to keep with the 65 just for good measure, because I've been doing okay with the 65. I haven't been like missing out on anything, so we're going to keep it at 65. And for that, we're going to put 20 in gas. Coffee gets 15. Dining out gets 10. Nails gets 10. Household gets 5. And fun gets 5. So that should be 65. That is 65. So we're going to put that down here. And we're going to add 321 plus 65, and that gives us 386. So 386 minus our total, 480 minus 386 leaves us with $94. So $94 is what we're going to put into our sinking funds this week. And let's see what we're working with as far as sinking funds are concerned. So I have my cash envelope breakdown here. And I wrote down previously all of the categories that I want to try and hit this week. So let's see what we got. We're going to put 94 on the calculator. Let's see what we have. We have AAA. So we can put 5 in AAA. Then we have P.O. Box. That's going to get 7. We have Walmart Plus. That's also going to get 7. Christmas is going to get 10. Subscriptions is going to get 5. And these are my usual amounts. So if you're wondering where I get these amounts from, I take the amount that I owe and then break it down by either 6 months or 12 months. And that is how I get these numbers. So Christmas is just $10 a week. So that's $40 a month, depending on how long I'm saving for. So I might have started in February instead of January, or March instead of January. And so that's how I calculate the Christmas. But all of the rest of them, that's how I calculate them. Then travel, I'm just saving little by little for travel. So there's no specific rhyme or reason. So we're going to put 5 each into travel and credit card. And Roth IRA also is getting 5. So that leaves us with 45. Then we have hobbies, hair and hobbies, and treat yourself. So we probably will skip those for right now. And we will go down to roll the dice. Hold just a moment. Let me get my cards. So what we've been doing is we have been shuffling these cards. And we have been picking a card, and whatever is on the card, we do the math or the subtraction, and we stuff that into our savings challenges. So, sorry for the noise. Let's see. Let's see what we can pick today. So we are going to go here. Let's pick a red. Okay. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So we're putting $3 into roll the dice. And we put this to the side. And then we pick another one. So let's pick a purple one. Purple is my favorite color. So we have 8 plus 5 is 13. So we had 45. And we minus 3. 8 plus 5 is 13. So we're putting that in the $1,000 savings. So now we have 29. Then we have Luckopoly. And Luckopoly, let's pick this green one. Okay, Luckopoly is getting $2. And this is very low budget friendly. Like if you wanted to do this, all you have to do is go to the dollar store, which is where I got these cards from, and pick some cards, and that will tell you how much you're saving. And most of the time it is a low number, so it's low budget friendly. Then 52 circles. Let's see. Let's pick a good one. Let's pick this yellow one. 11 minus 9 is 2. So 2 for 52 circles. And Dice Fortune. Let's see what we're picking for that. Let's see. Let's pick a blue one. If I can get it out. Okay, 6 minus 3 is 3 for Dice Fortune. Okay, so we're done with that. And the next thing we have is paper and packaging, which is my business binder. And we're going to be putting $10 into that. So 10, that leaves us with 15. And then we can just put 10 in taxes. And put $5 in the $1 savings challenge. And that is a zero-based budget. So we've given every dollar a job, and we know exactly what we're doing with our money for this week. So I'm just going to write down the denominations over here, and I'll speed you up and come right back. All right, I put everything down here. All my denominations are filled out. So let's see what we have. We have 120 for $20. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 plus 3 is 7 tens for $70. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 is 10 fives for $50. And then we have all these ones. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9. So that's 17. So altogether, we should have 159. Let's see. We have 157. Okay, I must have miscalculated because my math is not mathing today. My math is not mathing. And I'm missing $4. How did that happen? Because we had 94 for the sinking funds, and we had 65 for the, we had 94 for the sinking funds and 65 for the, so it should be 159. I'm missing $2 somewhere. Okay, so what we can do is just put the $2 to the side, and I'll figure this out off camera about where the $2 is going, because I'm not too sure right now. But that's all I have for you today, and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if this is content that you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.